Hello, and welcome back to the Boston Review. This week's incredulous installment will feature commentary from Comrade Scott, Chava, Chris, sort of, and myself. We discuss the literal life-saving potential of labor unions when faced with the wrath of a Mother Nature malformed by misanthropic means of production, the local struggle for coffeehouse collectivization and containment of COVID as the cold creeps in. We then seek refuge with Chava in the Saudi desert, where the dromedaries are looking a little strange this time of year, and perhaps most crucially, Chris reminds us that we can never have too many trains. Please do us a big and share this content. Do yourself a favor and enjoy our back.
The greatest happiness of the greatest number is impossible under contemporary capitalism, precisely because as we continue to maximize our utility on an individual level, social and collective structures that enable that utility maximization to lead to some sort of majoritarian well-being are completely dismantled by neoliberalism.
Got a lot of content, something like that.
Yeah, good
Got a
amount
bunch
of
of content.
Good amount
Got
of
a lot of
content.
ganja? I don't know.
You got a
I
lot of
assumed
content.
it was actually about weed.
Got plenty of
Maybe.
content.
It probably was.
Damn it, we lost the.
I mean, we have Google.
But it's not like a real thing. It was
Yeah,
just.
we made it up.
Oh, we did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jesse and I were making it up.
Got a bunch of content.
I'm
It
stupid.
just sounded. It
Okay.
sounded like. Yeah,
Yeah, it sounded like jump around, but it
it
was.
sounded like it could have been Cypress Hill.
It's a good way to start off the show by declaring that I'm stupid when I'm going to be leading the discussion in the news. Because Joe isn't here again. Big surprise. Breaking news. Do.
Chris was.
Yeah.
Come
We
on.
hope he feels better soon.
Let him come on.
Come on, Chris. Do it.
You know? But the first story I got is the fucking... They raised the debt. We don't need to talk about Lydia Edwards. She won her fucking primary against the Anthony... what was that guy? What is it? D'Ambrosio?
D'Ambrosio.
Yeah, she beat that homunculus, so whatever. that he's like he's like basically just out of the womb, that boy. So I wasn't surprised by this. I don't know, I can't believe people thought that Anthony was going to win, but whatever. Anyways, the government raised the debt ceiling by $2.5 trillion, which is irrelevant. I was thinking about this today because, like, debt isn't a real thing, so I don't even know why we ever concern ourselves with the debt ceiling.
Whatever.
Let's talk about how terrible Amazon is. Why not? How about we just get into that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do
well,
it.
first of all, importantly, actually, I do need to say this. The Biden administration is terrible because the Biden administration they're not going to extend student loan relief, and payments are expected to restart in February, which, I mean, if Joe is here, he would be able to talk about that with his impassioned fury.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
With his
he
student
has a
loan
lot of
debt
student loan
evidence.
debt, and I don't. And so he's the man who I think should be talking about that. It's funny how the Biden administration has reneged on all of its promises. Is anyone fucking surprised? No. Okay. So anyways, just speaking about Amazon, over the weekend, there was a tornado in, where was it exactly? It was in
Most
Kentucky,
of
yes?
Kentucky.
Like 5 states.
Yeah, there was a quad
Yeah.
state tornado. And if verified as a
Climate
single
change.
tornado, it will have been the longest track for any tornado in history, in recorded
Jesus
history.
Christ. Yeah. Wow. And that led to, it was one factory?
No.
Like, it was the one Amazon factory. Was it just one?
Well,
How-
yeah. I
okay.
mean, it would have been a hell of a coincidence if several Amazon factories were taken out by a single
that's
tornado.
the point I'm trying
but-
to make, yeah.
Well, it was the Amazon factory and then this other factory, which the technical name of it was, they make candles. I'm trying to look here.
The business factory.
Yeah, they make business. The Mayfield Consumer Products Candle Factory, where more than 100 people were working.
Yeah, and so far, what has been released has been texts and other messages from the workers saying that their jobs weren't allowing them to leave, despite the storm warnings and despite the terrible conditions. I kind of want to tie this into the recent unionization of the Buffalo Starbucks, because the thing is, if Amazon had a union, if these companies had unions, this shit wouldn't happen. I read a story today about some unionized business that was in the World Trade Center on 9/11 that like they were telling them not to leave, and because the union was like, fuck that, we're getting out of here, like all the people on that floor survived. So hey, everybody needs a fucking union. This is bullshit. God damn it. Like, I don't know what else to say. After COVID, after we just hit like what it was, like 900,000 American deaths, like the clear picture that capitalism is a machine that runs on the misery and immiseration and blood and death of humans, and doesn't treat them with the respect and love it deserves. Like, obviously, it's a fucking system. It's not going to like have like the postmodern concept to believe that capitalism will have emotions. Obviously,
extends love.
This fucking system kills people. Plain to say. Like, that's all I can say. Is this fucking system kills people, and this fucking system is also perpetuating the exacerbation of climate change, which will fucking create worse weather conditions, which will further kill people. So,
oh boy,
like, this is one of the most maddening things to happen recently. You don't even need to get deep about it. This is fucking terrible. It's a tragedy. And fuck Amazon, fuck Bezos, fuck that, like, what are their new CEO? It's like David Clark or whatever the guy's, the like loser's name, who like tweeted like, oh, we're sorry. Like, basically he tweeted like a thoughts and prayers tweet. That's like, go fuck yourself, dude. Like, I don't know what to say.
Andy Jassy.
Terrible. Who is it?
Andy Jassy.
I don't think that's true.
Jaffe?
He's the CEO.
Oh, you're right. It is Andy Jassy.
Can't spell his name without S. Perfect.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, and here, Jeff Bezos tweeted that the news is heartbreaking.
Oh.
He's sending his condolences, which, like, dude. Like, at the same fucking time this shit was happening, you were sending your fucking loser friends up into space. Like, go fuck yourself, too. God damn it. That's about all the news I had to talk about.
We had more stuff, didn't we?
Like, Elon Musk is like an idiot on Twitter. Glenn Greenwald is an idiot on Twitter. Like, it's all just drama at this point. But, like, this shit is very serious. Like, I'm trying to pivot to you talking about the unionization efforts in Allston. Okay. Basically, because that's, I think, the next step in this conversation. All right. Sorry.
It's cool. So it was actually going to be the last thing that I touched on for news, but I can do it first, too.
Oh, well.
It's fine. I'll do it first.
All right.
So, employees at Starbucks locations in Allston and Brookline have begun the process of unionizing. I was like a phlegm.
One day I'll get organized.
Sounds. According to members of the organizing committee working with the Workers' United Labor Union, 36 of 47-ish employees at the two locations signed on to the union drive.
What do you mean by 47-ish?
Well,
One person, like, kind of exist?
They probably have some temporary labor, I would guess. I mean, like, the article said approximately 47, so...
One of their employees is a ghost. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's probably what it is. That would make sense. 36 of the 47-ish employees at the two locations signed on to the union drive, and this comes on the heels of unionization efforts at other cafes across Greater Boston, including multiple Pavement Coffee House locations and Diesel in Somerville. And I did want to give a comment section dork award to Brian Riccio on Universal Hub, who posted, quote, "Overpriced shit coffee place and its mostly disaffected hipster work staff are making the crowd that overpays for that swill feel better about paying those prices for said swill. Meanwhile, there's about 10,000 TNC drivers they could give two shits about sleeping in their cars between runs on 18-hour shifts driving those same patrons that won't even tip them cash," unquote. And that is the equivalent of, like...
Other men do job, no complain.
I mean...
I had to pay off my debts.
The obvious response to this is, like, why not both? Like, you can have those drivers unionized, too.
Everyone deserves a union. Ghosts deserve a damn union.
It's not to make everybody's life worse. The solution is to make everybody's life better, I would assume. I'm not, like, a scientist, but...
God damn it. Like... That's such a, like, it's, like, well, we want everyone to have a damn union, sir.
There's always somebody that just does the anti-union propaganda unprompted, and this week It was Brian Riccio. So we see you, bro.
I mean, if you're born after like 1975, you've been like bred to like be suspicious of unions. So
I guess maybe
more
in
or less.
Boston that there might be some basis to that, but even so, dork.
We're like not going to talk about the mob connections in the 60s and the legacy.
No, we already did that.
I mean, that
You can listen
Might
to
have
a
heard the
different
legacy.
episode if you want.
in some way.
Yeah.
Give us more local news.
I thought you were prompting me to prompt you.
No.
No?
No.
All right.
Look, folks, we didn't really square things away before we started recording.
We did not. In fact,
Yeah, we were very sloppy.
we didn't even know Chris was going to join us, and yet here he is.
Hey, Drew.
What up? Oh, man. My news slate's going to seem like jumbled now because I wanted to end with the
Well, I'm sorry.
comment section dork award. That was like the piece de resistance.
We'll bring it back. We'll just
Just say the whole thing over again. Yeah. I'll just,
No, I mean that's like a a zinger / callback. Be like, and remember,
right.
loser comments
Yeah.
award of the
Okay. I get, yeah.
comedy.
All right. I
Used to
feel
write it.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I don't know.
Put 'em on
That's
the
not a song
Okay,
either. All
come
right.
on.
Anyway, this time I'm actually going to do it chronologically. So we talked about this a little bit last week, but the Amazon web server outage rendered the Park Boston app unusable. And so the city refrained from parking ticket enforcement for that day only. But perhaps more impactfully, the Zoning Board of Appeals, which relies on the AWS-run WebEx service, was also forced to reschedule a long list of hearings. And the city's bike rental network, called Blue Bikes, was similarly crippled. And to me, this demonstrates the public sector's ubiquitous reliance on private enterprise and also reaffirms my belief that corporations are supplanting governments. Cue descending slide whistle.
You.
Do I have one of those?
Yes, he does.
I do.
Keep moving.
I think it was last Wednesday. I presume last Wednesday this was announced. The MBTA announced that they will cut approximately 5% of bus trips because of an alleged labor shortage. They really took advantage of that.
Alleged
PMC
labor shortage.
Fucking all the articles about how, employers are really struggling these days. Whew. Those poor capitalists.
Alleged labor shortage. Alleged we don't pay our employees enough, so nobody wants to work for us. The MBTA only pays $16 an hour.
The new schedule, effective December 19th, thankfully does not reduce train service, although there are some changes to the Mattapan line. You can read a full list of details at mbta.com/service-changes.
It's always the most vulnerable. Christ. Anyways.
Yeah, but those trolleys are also 70 years old.
Yeah, true.
I mean, which is not to, they need to get fucking new ones.
Yes. One of the lines that they're cutting service on is one of the pilot programs that they're doing, that Woo's doing. So they're kind of deliberately trying to make the thing fail. So
Sabotage.
Yeah. If in a couple years there's reports about how the pilot programs didn't produce
the pirate
evidence.
program.
Yeah, if the pirates didn't produce enough evidence, or it's inconclusive if free transportation would be a good thing, it's because the MBTA deliberately fucking sabotaged it, and not because it didn't fucking work. Because yes, of course, free transportation would be a good thing in a city.
Yeah, it's like that Eric Andre meme.
Which one?
Oh, the one where he's shooting Hannibal Buress.
Yes.
Oh, and he says, "Why
Yeah.
would blank do
Yeah.
this?"
Yeah. Hannibal Buress is like free transportation, and then it's the MBTA shooting it, and it's why would Michelle Wu do this or something?
Exactly.
I mean, I just kind of was going to leave that up to the listener to ponder, but...
Well, I'm sorry. You ruined your
Thank
fucking
you for making it
imagination.
explicit. Also, last Wednesday, the United States Senate confirmed Rachel Rollins as U.S. Attorney for Massachusetts.
By the way, I do have a slide whistle.
Oh, that's it.
Whoa.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
like a dual tone. That's a...
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna be so
It's
low.
two slide
Some
whistles.
depth
One-
to it.
Yeah. It's like the little
Sorry, I've
panpipes
now
that,
interrupted the Rachel Rollins story twice. Sorry.
I mean, it's not really a huge... It's not like I have details on it. The Senate confirmed Rachel Rollins. So Baker's going to have to pick a replacement to serve as DA until he steps down from the governorship next year, which fucking thank God.
Sick of that guy.
Yeah.
Guy sucks ass. Guy sucks. sucks a bunch of ass.
Some like random motherfucker is gonna come out of the woodwork and run for governor like next year and win. Probably it's gonna be really fucking annoying. Like, cause who can you think of? You know, like
Vermin
like
Supreme.
Michelle Wu. Like, who the fuck can you think of? I'm serious. Vermin Supreme. Yeah, exactly. Okay, never mind. He should run Massachusetts with what was that song? What's that song called? It's hot dogs and applesauce.
Hot dogs and applesauce. Fuck, who was that?
That was Vermin Supreme.
Okay, that's right. Well,
That was Vermin Supreme with that guy.
That guy, yeah.
They were
Vermin
singing
Supreme
that.
was
Yeah,
not
Vermin
singing
Supreme
the
will
song.
run Massachusetts on the hot dogs and applesauce platform.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm just imagining Slavoj Žižek, like
Eating the 2 hot dogs.
yeah,
Fucking nice.
like in the like at the executive desk.
Swear to God,
with 2
that's
hot
just one
dogs.
hot dog in half.
No, you're right. It was 1 hot dog. I had to
Okay.
I had to issue a correction when I was doing. Yeah.
He just tore the hot dog apart with his bare hands.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was totally.
I have no time for
You
this.
are 100% correct.
Or his first bite was like in the middle, and he
Yeah.
wasn't thinking.
He like inserted the hot dog halfway into his mouth, bit down, and then removed the half of the hot dog from his mouth and
Just like
carried both.
complete
halves.
chaotic neutral energy. Just fucking
Yeah.
eating the middle of the hot dog.
Yeah, he was proving a hot dog was a sandwich by eating it from the middle.
Pizza is a sandwich, and if you disagree, then you're revisionist.
Pizza's a pie.
Revisionist.
Pizza's a pie.
This story is kind of funny, but also kind of fucked up. Northeastern University chose to cancel a scheduled on-campus vaccination clinic after all of the registrants' personal information ended up in public view on the website of provider PellMeds. Students will still be required to get booster shots by next month. I would report more on this, but nobody knows what the fuck happened. They just did a big oopsie. Big oopsie. Oopsie doopsie.
PellMeds.
Get your shit together.
Get your shit together.
Yeah, there was
Just like those
there was already a
commenters.
class action against what Brigham and
There
Women's.
was.
Yeah,
There is?
yeah. Some I think it. Yeah, there's a. I guess the users of the website didn't.
Oh.
There were cookies that were
They
not
using cookie.
properly.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah,
Stop using cookies on your damn websites.
it's up to you. Just ask the user's permission first. You know, it's consensual.
Like you are legally required to do.
Yes, like is your legal obligation.
Keep
Look, I don't
doing
mind
it.
having to log in every time. It's fine.
That's your fucking
You're a-
prerogative, bro.
You're a better man
I
than
ain't got time for that shit. I don't use Bitwarden.
Uh-uh.
On Monday,
Sorry, guy.
Charlie Baker announced that the state will distribute 2 million rapid COVID tests to residents. This is actually a good thing. This is a good thing. I will give Baker some credit here. The state will distribute 2 million rapid COVID tests to residents, starting with the 102 poorest cities and towns.
What did we say he was? The secretary of drinking his
Own piss.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Secretary of drinking piss. He loves it. He loves the piss, folks.
Drinking his own piss.
He loves the smell.
Yeah. Not just the piss. Only his piss.
He loves it.
The smell.
God damn it.
Where's it, bro?
I'm trying to find... Dude,
And
I have
Blue
so
Ball
many
in
sound
here.
drops. How am I... Keep talking. I'm not going to find it. Oh, here it
It's
is.
the smell.
Thank you. Okay.
It's the smell.
Thank you.
Thank you, Agent Smith.
Local governments will then have to decide how to allocate those tests to their 3.7 million inhabitants. So about twice as many people as tests.
Wow.
Better than nothing, I
It's the
guess.
smell.
That's basically that's the bar that we're using now to measure success. It's not nothing, and they're catering to the material
Who's
needs
the
of
press secretary?
poor people. I don't know.
Poor people.
Because like the press secretary, like the Biden press secretary, of course. was
Jen
like-
Psakis or whatever.
Yeah, her whatever, her weird face. Like she was saying,
She was like, "What are we gonna do? Give a fucking free
like,
test
we're
to
gonna give everybody
everybody?"
free tests. Like, how are we gonna pay for
What
it?
are we,
She
in
literally,
fucking
she
Soviet
literally answered
Union?
the question by saying, in so many words,
Am
how
I
are we gonna pay
Stalin?
for it? And it's like, what the fuck? Do you give a shit about your citizenry, or like, what are you doing? You're just gonna let them all die, or the people who live in your country, not your citizens exclusively, I should say.
Correct. I always fuck up that wording. That's why I say
Yes.
residents instead of citizens.
Well, residency still like implies like legal.
Whatever. Inhabitants.
Whatever.
Inhabitants.
Yeah, that's actually the perfect word.
That was what I put in my script. So retrospectively, we will see that Jesse had the moral high ground. Ching! It's probably a good sound effect for that.
Probably.
The According to HHS Secretary Mary Lou Sutters, yes, the state will seek federal reimbursement for the $10 million spent on the test kits, but Baker has no plans to reinstate mask mandates despite rising hospitalization rates in the state. Yes.
Come on, man.
He's like, we've come so far, folks. We're a totally, completely different nation.
Like,
totally.
Every day.
So
every
much,
day. Oh my god.
So much better, folks.
Okay. Every day that Michelle Wu doesn't implement a mask mandate in the city, she's fucking up. Just want to say that.
Wait, is the mask mandate over? There's a statewide one.
Or not a mask mandate, excuse me. Like the COVID passport system of using your vaccination card, like proof of vaccination. Every day she's not implementing that mandate, she's fucking up. So
I don't know. Libertarians really got their balls twisted up about that one.
In this state, who gives a fuck? Like, whatever. Like, she has the power, do it. Like, I mean, are you talking about libertarians in this state or like?
Yeah.
Really? In this state? Wow.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
The most pushback that I saw towards her campaign, or I guess against her campaign, whatever. The most pushback in response to the campaign was that particular policy. People were like, this is a travesty to my fucking freedom because of Mexicans. Anyway.
What?
Just ignore that.
Just threw that one in.
Also on Monday, Michelle Wu christened herself as an official Boston mayor by announcing the continuation of Boston's space-saving rule as we head into this winter, which is...
proof of vaccination mandate. I don't give a shit. Sorry.
For our listeners, a local tradition of obstructing the roadside with some kind of object to reserve a parking space from the time that a snow emergency is announced until 48 hours after it has ended. Note that the South End does not adhere to these conventions. So if you ever visit Boston and you see like just a random ass chair sitting in the parking space, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, that's all I was going to do the... remember, folks.
Yeah!
Brian Riccio's a dork.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Jerk yourself off, Brian. I don't know.
Brian.
I don't know.
You heard us.
Masturbating all over.
Yeah, stop it. Ew.
Yeah.
No one wants to see that thing.
There wasn't a whole lot of like spicy local news because...
Michelle Wu wants people on the MBTA to talk to each other. That's some spicy. Like everyone reacted to that very negatively.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that. I like a lot of the other stuff, but that's ooh.
Yeah, just make the shit free. Don't expect anybody to talk to each other.
Yeah.
The energy on every MBTA train is hostile and uncomfortable.
I fucking hate it when people talk to each other. Legit. Nothing fucks up my commute more than when people are like joyfully exchanging language. Usually they're drunk. Even if they're not drunk, I hate it. Just fucking take the tea and shut the fuck up.
Socialize in my vicinity.
Listen to music. I don't care. Go to the fucking dollar store and get earbuds if you have to. But shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me. All right. Sorry. I mean, I love, I'm not saying like ever, just on the tea, That's me time. That's when I have to retreat into my emotional shell. I don't know why I sounded so incensed by this. I think I was doing like self-satire, but it came out really abrasive. It doesn't bother me that much when people socialize on the tea, to be clear. Sometimes, especially if I'm already feeling sick, I just don't like it when people are super loud. But even then, I try to practice patience, love, and tolerance because I know that stewing in resentment is an exercise in futility. Easier said than done, I know. Takes a lot of practice.
The tea should be the time for me. Yeah.
That's when my eyes glaze over and...
I did it.
And I get to listen to brutal death metal and play fucking spades with strangers on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
You play spades? Wow.
It's a man's game.
Any card game that, isn't conventional, like Texas Hold'em, is way too complicated for me, so... Or blackjack. Those are the two games I can play. Nothing else.
I guess you're just not a real man.
I'm not. It's fine. I
okay.
Actually, recently I thought of the concept of 7-card stud, and I realized, that would be way too much for me, so that's fine.
It's all right.
Yeah. I'm a product of my time in the dominant
fucking
the dominant card games are fucking yeah, exactly. I am. It's fine. I'm a product of my time. The dominant games of poker right now are Hold'em and Blackjack, and that's,
That's right, listeners. Scott is made of tofu.
Killer tofu.
I.e. you, killer tofu.
I need more allowance.
He does.
Why? Because you do?
As one does.
Because everybody needs money.
How you doing, Chris? Got any hot takes? Got any hot takes this week?
Fuck, that's long.
You already addressed most of what I was thinking about.
Cool.
Like, I think the situation is them sabotaging it. And I was just thinking to myself how much of a difference living near a train makes. And trying to put together a documentary on trains.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like a short documentary.
We love trains here in the Boston Commune.
I mean, I fucking rely on them for survival, so yeah. We love trains. So I'm going to transition into a bit of like a thing that has to do with our culture and what I call well, I'm not the only person who calls this, but like the Disneyfication, is this movie my friend? Fication of culture.
Very weird parasocial relationship there.
Yeah. Basically, like, and I went to film school, so, like, it's an interest of mine. So Licorice Pizza is the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and it concerns, like, a relationship between a girl who's 25 and a boy who's 15, and a lot of people are freaking out about this. And
it's based on Paul Thomas Anderson's crush on his art teacher, right?
Yeah.
Which never actually was consummated.
What I've heard, I haven't seen this movie, I have to say, unfortunately, so this is all from what I've read, but all they do in the movie is, like, she basically, like, shows him her boobs, and they kiss, like, once, and that's it. That's the extent of everything they do. And the thing is, like,
I don't think that's... licked.
All right.
Sorry.
Like, the thing is, okay, I'm not actually going to comment on the content of the film. Here's the thing. The reaction has been rather... Basically, a lot of people are taking the route of saying that, like, the depiction is, like, an endorsement or it's something... I should have thought this out better before.
Like, this is 100% pedophilia?
Yeah, basically, like, this is... It's pedophilia themed, and that it's crossing a line. It's going into territory that shouldn't be depicted on screen, and all these things. And, like, here's the thing. Have you seen Lolita? Have you seen Harold and Maude? I'm going to exclude Harold and Maude from this, because that actually is, like, an adult relationship. The kid is 19, the woman is 70. But the thing is, like, do you think Lolita is actually, like, an endorsement of pedophilia? Because it's not. They're critiques of these horrible things that actually exist in the real world. And it's a depiction to show the lengths of depravity that these things can cause, that these things can engender. And the problem is that, like, art is a perspective. Like, every perspective is inherently political. So art is an argument for some sort of political perspective. And the thing is, yes, there can be comfort food. There can be things that are easily digestible that don't make you question much of the status quo of the world, but like art should be challenging what we think is normal, what we think is the status quo. Like, it should be allowed to go in the taboos. It should be allowed to go into the places that make us feel uncomfortable. Like, this is a big thing about why I'm like a fan of horror movies, because the main theme of a horror movie is death. In a horror movie, it makes you experience death and grief and loss in a place that's very safe. A movie can't hurt you, is all I'm saying. Like, that is an empathy machine, a horror movie for me. You know, loss is a thing that is very central in my phobias, and it helps me cope with that and deal with that. I don't know, like, maybe something within Licorice Pizza is going to help people cope with some sort of aspect of life that you don't know about. But again, like, we've basically built such a strong foundation and invested so much in this whole belief that, like, our culture needs to reflect our values without any sort of critique, that anything that is different, anything that steps outside of that, anything that challenges that is seen as like an assault or an attack. When in reality, like, art should expand our horizons and should make us question what is appropriate and what is, like, real and what is true. I'm not making a libertarian, like, we should, like, get rid of the age of consent argument. I'm just saying that it's a movie, and from what I know, it's rather, like, they don't fuck. It's not explicit. It's more of, like, a tender, like, kind of crush story. Again, like Chava said, it's based on Paul Thomas Anderson's crush on the Haim sisters' mother, who was his art teacher, which is pretty interesting when you think about Alana Haim being the lead. But if you have your issues with it, you have your issues with it. But depiction is an endorsement.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, is like, we need to have ugly depictions of life and of the things that happen in our lives. because it's a way to cope with these things, and it's a way to process these things, and it's a way to get over these things, and it's a way to work through these things.
100%.
And in like a safe environment, like there's some sort of aspect to why like Jesse listens to Slam, because like
That's what I was gonna say.
You know.
Also, that when I make music, I can write about the things that genuinely terrify me in real life. But like, if I'm the one that is orchestrating the sound and the narrative, then I can both expose it and also have this sort of artificial sensation of control over it, at least for the period of time that I'm making the music. And generally, by the time I'm done working on whatever it is, I have been able to deal with the feelings that are so scary. Not necessarily the situation itself, but it's a way to, just by being constantly confronted with something that's a creative endeavor rather than a real conundrum that can feel too big to solve in the moment. If I'm at the helm, then I get to solve that problem creatively, and that is often musically. I used to do it with art too, visual art.
Yeah, being in control is like the key to processing trauma. Trauma is about like lack of control, helplessness. So if you can like make something your own, there's even like a belief that if you have a traumatic association with like an event or a place, if you go back to that place and make sure that you have a positive experience, it like helps you deal with that trauma and kind of decrease its impact on you, that particular trigger.
Sorry, I love what you just said.
But you can't hear me at all?
No, I'm listening to Slam right now, and like
Slam.
It's still kind of background level, and it sounded
Slam.
like there was a fucking
Sorry.
duck like rhythmically quacking, and I just have to go back and listen to it, so I'm not going to be able to hear you guys for a second.
We got a duck?
All right, this is too weird for me. I got to change the song. It's a good band too. Like, what the? I don't know what the fuck happened there. The song is called Back, Crack, and Spack. I don't know what the fuck that's about. It's some weird shit. I love Slam, yo. I love it.
Look, depiction is not endorsement. Art is a perspective and should be allowed to explore the dark reaches of the human psyche. The TV shows are not your friend. Nike doesn't care about you. Stop thinking a brand is your fucking friend. Like, stop doing this. Stop doing this parasocial relationship with everything that fucking exists. God damn it. Like, you are the only fucking people who are going to free yourselves from these fucking things. So if you really got a problem with it, fight.
But it's not you individually. It's like us.
Shout out to Euphoria. Was that what you were about to do?
Are going to free ourselves.
It's a very good show.
Very
yes,
good.
we will free ourselves. You know, you'll get over the fight. You know, as a movie lover and as a person who went to film school, it's hard for me to say this, but like sometimes you just gotta say like, hey, maybe this movie wasn't for you, and maybe movies in general aren't for you. And that's fine. Like Jesse would more or less admit that, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm starting to know you too well. So just want to point out that at a meeting earlier tonight, Jesse called the Conquest of Bread that Kropotkin book. It was beautiful. So,
What? Is that like a trope or something?
Well, I just thought that was funny because like that Kropotkin book is like it's the most important. Like it's basically like the text for anarchy.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I said. What's that? I said, what's that Kropotkin book called? Isn't it called like For the Conquest of Bread?
The bread book. Yeah,
I added the word for. You know what I mean? Get off my ass, bro. All right. Get off my ass.
Sorry.
I may be, a little bit
it's
maybe a little bit too tankish for some of your likings.
The
but
City Fathers.
I'm open minded. I can't remember the names of fucking anything. Like even the shit that I narrate. I fucked up the most played episode that we have next to the Thomas Sankara episode was my narration of Mao's On Practice, I think. I still can't remember if this is the one or not. And I kept calling it On Contradiction or the other way around. Whatever one, I don't know. I have to fucking look this up again. But this is my point. I don't remember. Like, I'm the one who reads this shit, and I cannot remember the names of it. But I remember the lessons from it, and I think that's probably more important. So I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back here. I don't give a shit what you think out there in the ether. Scott's my homie. I love you, Scott.
Love you too, bro.
That's just love, man. This is pure.
So wholesome. We're so wholesome
Just
tonight.
purity.
Oh yeah.
Now let's fuck it up with some shit that you can't make up.
You ready? You guys
I
ready?
think I'm ready.
I'm strapped in.
Alright.
Can't make this thing up.
Here's what we got. I'm Chava, and you can't make this shit up.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Camels were banned from Saudi Arabia beauty contest after being found to have had facelifts and Botox. Yep.
Okay. No. Like, okay. The camels did not have facelifts and Botox. The camels were subjected to facelifts and Botox.
Yeah,
so please.
This was a personal choice by these camels.
The camel handlers were banned, yeah, let's be real. However, apparently this was the biggest ever crackdown on camels that received Botox in this very popular camel festival, the King Abdulaziz Camel Festival, which happens every December. It is in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and if you win, you make $66 million. Jesus. No wonder everybody, the stakes were so high. But apparently more than 40 camels were disqualified in this clampdown.
They were too beautiful.
Wait, the camels themselves were disqualified?
I mean, that's what they're trying to frame it. Yeah. Thanks to specialized and advanced technology, officials have found that breeders had stretched out the lips and noses of camels, used hormones to boost their muscles.
It's not the fucking camel. Like, the camels, it's not their fault. Let these beautiful camels have their beauty contest. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
Does this reflect somehow the culture of the contest where it's like the camel is like the one with the agency?
Yeah, the camels were telling their owners and breeders to.
I don't think so. I'm like
the knife.
Picturing Adam Sandler's character from Uncut Gems, like fucking betting on these camels. It's apparently camel breeding is a multi-million-dollar industry, and this is not the only event like this that takes place in the Arabic region.
Stretched out lips and noses.
It says in 2018, 12 contestants were disqualified because their owners used Botox on them.
Yeah.
So it's like they're intentionally trying to label the camels as the contestants and not the breeders.
Yeah.
Blame shifting. Yeah, normally I prefer stories where awesome things happen to animals that they don't understand.
I feel bad.
I mean, at least the camels don't understand that they're being, held responsible for the shit that they're not actually responsible for. They're probably happy to be in a, they can meet some other camels and maybe have sex with them. I don't know.
I feel like if my face was inflated with Botox and rubber bands, I would just want to go home. Be like,
fuck this.
Probably.
I just want to eat some grass or whatever.
Used hormones to boost muscles, inject head and lips with Botox.
What do camels eat? They don't eat grass. They eat grass, don't they?
What do camels
they live
eat?
in the desert,
Google.
so.
Yeah,
They eat grains, wheat, oats, and grass. What they are mostly interested in.
They live in the desert, sure, but then what are you implying, that they eat sand?
No.
They must be really
there's a desert ecology.
They are very closely related to the Shailut, and they eat sand.
Yeah. They eat humans. They eat Fremen.
All right, that was weird.
They have their stomachs have 3 chambers.
Yeah, one of them is to digest all that sand.
They can survive for weeks without water and food.
Hell yeah.
All right, I don't know then. Maybe they just want to go home and starve.
Hell yeah.
What do camels want, listeners?
What do they want?
Love.
Listeners,
Probably.
go to your nearest camel and
they want love.
Hold its tender face in your little
and it will say love.
Grubby paws, and you ask that camel, what emotional needs do you have? What is your desire? And it will probably make a noise indicating something or another, and that's kinship.
First Jamal Khashoggi, and now this.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, you're on. You're
on notice.
You're on notice. Yeah.
Yeah, we got our eyes on you.
So all these links. Oh my god.
I got you some
Oh my
camels
God.
loving each other.
That is camels fucking.
One of the famous videos
the
that
camel just like watching, like yes.
yeah, he's like he's cheering him on.
Voyeuristic camels.
One of the videos that my 9th grade history teacher would make all of us watch every year, like every class, and every class would tell you about it. Like, did you watch the camel video yet? It was like some video about camels and like Bedouins, and there was a big long section about how the guy that owned the camels had to like put in a lot of effort to get the camels to have sex, and he had to be like really involved, and everyone was always like, "Ooh, the camel video."
Camel fluffer.
Yeah. Ooh, 15 camel mating photos. That's not true. These are not camel mating photos. Some of them are. Okay. All right.
Oh, let's see the ones that are.
Camels are big, yo.
Yeah.
They're very tall.
They're like horses.
They're like weird horses.
They're like weird horses, man.
Camel is like the mascot for my favorite programming language.
Is it called Camel?
No, although there is a programming language called Camel.
What's their mascot?
Let me look it up.
Wait, who's the Camel's mascot of? Is it Linux?
Pearl.
No, that's
Pearl.
Linux is the little penguin dude.
That's crazy. There's a package called O Camel Mascot, but
that's the smell.
Can't find the actual mascot for O Camel.
I saw something. It looked like, it was a little camel. See, the Pearl mascot is like a Bactrian camel. And then the camel mascot...
The camel mascot is a camel also. It's just a different camel.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is that one like it has 2 humps and the other one only has 1?
Yes, actually.
Jesus Christ. That's great. That's so petty and stupid.
Is it even a camel then? Because Pearl describes the camel as, quote, a one-hump dromedary. So what is a 2-hump dromedary?
It's furry. It looks like a Bactrian camel.
What is a 2-hump dromedary?
Camels. The dromedary camel is like the more common one that you see that's not all furry. And I think usually they have the humps wrong. I think usually dromedaries have... We're just camel nerds here on the epoch, y'all.
Camel cast, yeah.
Alright, Bactrian versus dromedary camel. It's very important.
I guess the Pearl camel is an Arabian camel.
Yeah, but it only has 1 hump for some reason, which is wrong. Because usually those have 2.
No, dromedary or Arabian camels have 1 hump.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Bactrian camels have 2 humps. All right. We solved the mystery.
Cast.
Solved the mystery.
Camel
Enough
cast.
of that.
Camel posting.
Today.
You can make camels into...
Can you eat them? You could probably
I'm shortly going to answer that question.
This is a conversation I do not want to have.
The camel hot dogs right there.
Camel hot dog.
Yeah, they're hot dogs made of camels.
And applesauce.
There's also a picture of a camel slaughter on this Wikipedia, and boy.
God.
Oh boy, is it bloody as fuck.
No, doggy. Why?
People eat them.
I guess so.
People eat them.
It's a lot of meat. Don't want it to go to waste.
Are they endangered?
I don't think so. They're pretty
prevalent.
They're not. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
All right. It's a great way to end the camel cast. My name is Scott.
His name is Scott.
I discovered camels at a very young age. That's why I decided to start the camel cast. No, my name is Scott. You can find me on SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd at SweatyWife. Wow, I've become so efficient with that. That's all I need to say. Who would ever like to go next?
Chris, do you want to go?
Whomst.
Comrade Gup Gup.
Hey, Comrade Gup Gup. I didn't say much, so I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, I have much to contribute.
Well, we love you, bro.
You supplied moral support. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate
We did. You reaffirmed our emotional connection to trains. Can never have too many.
That's right.
That's correct.
Never too many trains.
That's correct.
Just don't fucking talk to me when you're on one.
Yeah.
Even don't call me, like even if I'm not on the train with you, just don't text me. Don't send me any kind of correspondence.
Yeah, that shit sucks. Having to talk to someone like on the phone when you're on the train.
Yeah.
Because it's loud as shit, and usually you're crammed in there with a bunch of people who are also trying to mind their own business.
I know I said this last week, but Bob Dole died.
What the hell is this? Some kind of tube?
Bob Dole.
No.
He sure did.
Bob Dole.
He likes to lie in Bob Dole's
Chava.
coffin. Yes, that's a me.
Darmok and Julad Hatanagra. His eyes uncovered!
Get it out of the way. Thank you.
No, this will probably be our no. Yeah, how about this? Once it's 2022, I won't do that anymore. I won't do that sound drop anymore.
Okay. Thank you, love. I'm Chava, and you can find me at readingsbychava.com. My name is spelled with a weird silent C if you are a non-Jew, and a chuf if you are a Jew. But the URL is spelled readingsbychava.com. I do very specific psychic readings that don't really involve looking into the future, but they do involve finding someone that you may have lost touch with, or, just go to the website. You'll figure it out. And he's Jesse.
And I'm Jesse. You can find my music on soundcloud.com/Contingents Boston. I might put a song out sometime soon. I don't know if I'm going to make it into a full-fledged song, but I did record the cleans for it, and it's not death metal, but it is tender, and it's from the heart, and it's about, but also, I'm going to bleep all that out, and you don't know what it's about anymore, because I have the power of time travel. SoundCloud.com/Contingents Boston, CONTINGENCE, Boston, remember to help Comrade. Rosie.org. Select that Getting Involved tab and choose one or more mutual aid groups to donate your time, labor, and or money to, because people really need your help right now. And I have a slam recommendation for the week, and that recommendation is an album entitled Manic Thoughts of Perverse Mutilation by Gortuary. Wouldn't exactly call it slam, but it will make your brain
You say that most weeks.
explode. Well, I want to clarify, okay? Because slam, it's debatable. Still, there are slams in it. How about this, listener? In the song that I'm using, you will hear the slams, but they are few and far between. However, this is arguably the heaviest album that I know of. And I listen to only brutal death metal for the most part. So it's going to be a real treat. It's going to be a treat. You're going to come in your fucking pants. And you're going to thank me for it later. Just love you.
Yeah. Like Jesse said, don't forget to go to Comrade.
Don't forget to come in your pants.
Don't forget to come in your pants. .org.
Like that Getting Involved.
I don't know what that is. I probably wouldn't go to that.
Okay, I have to look it up. Hold on.
If I may.
Yeah.
Nope, doesn't exist.
Yeah, and go to patreon.com/epic-incredulity for all our bonus sexy material. And go to our OnlyFans that we don't have. Go to our Clapper, our Facebook, our Instagram, our TikTok, our Audiogram. Go to these places, engage with us. We'll give you kisses and love.
Leave us weird comments that indicate you aren't a human.
There's something vaguely related to the words.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the comments that we get now. Like that guy who was like, I don't know about orcs, but this looks like so good. I put a screenshot.
Yeah, it was like an audiogram, so I don't know what the guy's talking about.
Yeah, the post is the audiogram when we were talking about orcs
Where?
and restaurants and shit. It's on our Clapper. I'm looking at it right now. It's shout out to you, Emmanuel Herrera, which may or may not be a real person. He said, I don't know about orcs, but it looks like amazing.
I don't know about orcs, but it looks like
My wife.
Oh, wow. Oh,
And
wow.
that
Okay, so
comment goes to
that's
them.
where we got it.
Yeah.
Okay, because the question last week
On the Spotify.
is meat back on the menu, comma, boys, question mark. Because remember, that's the reason why Peter Jackson created the Lord of the Rings franchises, because he wanted the Uruk-hai to say, meat's back on the menu, boys. It was the missing piece. It was the vital missing piece that he brought.
It's what got him the Oscar.
To Tolkien's classic text. Yeah, and it won him all the Oscars, so he did something right. Oh, we say every week, Batankdo.
Batankdo!
And that's your epoch. And speaking of Peter Jackson, I said it like 3 weeks ago, but go watch the Beatles Get Back. It's good. It's long. Batankdo.
Oh, did he direct that? I forget.
Well, he edited it together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, you need like WD-40 for that grinder.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just brutal on the ear holes. Oh shit, I forgot to say this in the episode, but I think it's pretty based that Ortega, the Sandinista party, has expressed a desire to completely cut ties with like the imperial powers and establish a sort of alliance with China instead, which...
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, just kind of on principle. That's based. Anybody that says fuck America, it's pretty based.
Most of the world.
Yeah.
All right.
Give Carrie one of the little fart. Just a little baby fart.
Yeah, for you, Carrie.
Carrie a baby fart.
Yeah, he loves it.
Really? He does?
Carrie, shout out to Carrie. Thank you.
Carrie, we love you.
I just do our working group meetings. God damn it.